Good day, farmers. My name is Nutritional from Fivet Ruminant Nutrition Department. Today, I'm going to take you through ammoniation of maize tover using a urea-based concentrate called Fivet Nhapi Tapi 98. In Zimbabwe, we have got our rain season, which is characterized by green grazing, proper grazing for our cattle, sheep and goats. However, winter will always come. But as a farmer, are you prepared for winter? In this particular case, we want to talk about another way of ensuring that we have got proper fodder crop for our animals. Why? Because in winter, it's 6 to 8 months long every other year, and our animals will lose a lot of condition which will affect productivity of our animals in that season. So today, as I have mentioned before, we are going to talk about ammoniation of dry roughage. I'll give you a little background about how our pastures will be performing in terms of nutritional composition during the different periods of the year. So, as we are in the dry season right now, the maize tover, after harvesting a maize crop, is predominantly fiber. And a lot of food will go to making the grain. And if it's grass, the extra protein will go into the roots by a process called translocation for it to grow again next year. So what it means is our animals will be feeding on dry roughage, which is purely lignin, purely fiber. But our animals need protein, they need energy, they need vitamins and minerals. So how can we ensure that we maximize productivity with the available resources? So at every household in Zimbabwe, especially in the areas where we grow maize, we have got maize tover. How are we utilizing that maize tover to ensure that our animals are getting good food? Okay, so if our animals are feeding on dry roughage right now, what it basically means is they are feeding on something which is high in lignin. So what we need to do today is to ensure that we treat this dry roughage with ammonia coming from hydrolysis of urea so that it becomes more digestible. We can access a lot of energy from this source of roughage. We can also add protein to this poor quality grazing. That's basically the reason behind ammoniation of dry roughage or stover. Bearing in mind that if this roughage is ingested like this, it will take a very long time for an animal to digest to get whatever nutrient from this. So what we need to do now is to speed up that process so that our animals will get in better condition during this period of the year. What are the advantages of getting our animals in better condition? That's when you are guaranteed of your productivity. Your animals will produce enough milk. Your animals will be in good condition throughout the dry season. Even if you have pregnant animals during winter, you ensure that your animals will have an optimum birth weight. So the optimum birth weight is mainly the desired birth weight. So this differs between breeds. Your Brahman have got a different birth weight from your Ngone, from your Mashona. But then that desired birth weight that you want to achieve, you get it if your animals are in good condition. Coming back on heat, if your animals calve down in a better condition at the end of winter season, it means your animals will require as little feed as possible for them to regain their condition and come back on heat. So this is the only way you can ensure that your animals will have a calf per year. Even in sheep and goats, your sheep and goats can have 2 kiddings or 2 lambings per year. So when we are preparing the maize tover for ammoniation, we have to ensure that we chop the stover using a machete or even to pass it through a hammer mill to ensure that the process of ammoniation happens efficiently. Remember, what we want to achieve here is to ensure that all the ammonia, the liquid, will enter into this crop residue and partially digest the lignin which is in this crop residue. So if we put it like this, the procedure won't happen efficiently. That's why we encourage chopping or even passing it through a hammer mill to efficiently ammoniate dry roughage.